Well, good morning to everyone. I hope your Sunday morning is treating you good as we begin this day. 68 right now. We're going to hit a high later on about 81. It's going to be a warm day. We'll go over what to expect today and into the week, and umbrellas are in everybody's future. Make sure you got one. Keep it wee over the next week because I do believe you're going to need that. So how are you today? Hope well. Just before 8 o'clock coming up, you'll have your chance to head off somewhere and go to church. I hope you can make that. Today is the last day of February. All over after this. We'll move into March 1st, and what's the old saying, March winds? We got that coming up in April showers and so on, but always some winds there in March. And I do hope your morning is treating you well. Let's do a few things of what the National Weather Service is telling us today with our forecast. Let's find out what's going on today.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Well, the first thing that we need to bring up is the possibility of flash flooding and likely tonight into tomorrow morning. Now, these are the areas, if you're looking at the screen here, this is going to be just barely taking in the northwest corner of Lauderdale County. That's going to be the Martin area and also the upper northern portion of Newton County. Now, most of Kemper and all of Neshoba and back over to Winston County, and you get over into Atala and all these areas, going to get a lot of rain stretching back through Jackson and Vicksburg. But just a portion of Lauderdale County is going to get that. That's going to come in tonight through tomorrow morning. So those areas, be prepared for localized flooding, low-lying areas there that always hold water. So make sure that you keep that in the back of your mind there. As we look at storms tonight, it's going to be generally north of the Meridian area. We may get some rain, but it's not going to be bad stuff. It's going to be more into the Mississippi Delta area. So if you're going to be in those areas tonight, somewhere between 8 o'clock and, say, 2 a.m. before daylight, it'll be some rougher weather to the north of Meridian area. Something to keep in mind. We'll get some rain, but it won't be like they're going to get there in the Mississippi Delta. As the National Weather Service forecast about a 20% chance of showers today. It's going to be real cloudy. We got a small chance here before church, and then after 3 o'clock, I think, is mainly when the next chance of rain will roll in this afternoon. It is Mother Nature we're dealing with. Always keep that in mind. As we move forward of things that are going on with this, over the next 10 days, it's going to be still tad on the normal side for March, maybe a little bit above. As we look at that, we'll look at temperatures here in just a second as to where they've been. We've had some extreme, the second portion of February, just extremely high, hasn't it? 80-degree weather in February is never good. As we look at our record highs and record lows, it was 1981 that it was 84 degrees on this date. That's warm. Back in 2002, a record low of 17 was set. Now, that was without a doubt some cold weather. So we're glad we're kind of past our cold weather that we had a few weeks ago, aren't you? I am. Good morning to Carolyn Hodge, who's up this morning. Hope you're feeling well, Carolyn. Also, Alan Bishop is up. Good Sunday morning to you, too, also, Alan. Hadn't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing well. Donna Roseman is up today. Also, Blake Callahan. Good morning, Blake. Hope you're doing well. And Linda Culpepper is up stirring a little bit, hoping she has a blessed day as well. Thank you. Love the comments. Drop a note in there. And one of the things that I wanted to remind you of when dealing with Facebook, they often change things. If you went up in the beginning and just liked my page, it will not show when it's time to get an update of when I go live. So you have to go up and click follow on top of just liking the page, or you won't get the updates of when something breaks out, severe weather, those. So make sure to follow instead of just liking the page. If you do that, you can go up and check that and see which way you're doing it. Nikki Hunt, we just got our 20% on Pine Springs. It flooded 2 minutes ago, and now it's gone. It does work that way. Just out of whoop, and it'll just be an area here and there. So Nikki got her little shower there on Pine Springs Road. We'll look at radar here in just a moment to see what all happens. All right, let's look at over the next 7 days of what is forecasted, what we're expecting from the National Weather Service. This is the numbers that this is actually from mine, and then we'll look at the National Weather Service. 81 today, a few clouds, 20% chance of that, increasing to 80% tomorrow, 80% on Tuesday, slight chances on Wednesday and Thursday, and then by Friday, We got another 40% and 30% on Saturday. So it's a lot of rain chances. And you look at those temperatures, highs basically in the low 60s, somewhere there to mid 60s. As we jump ahead through March the 14th, we'll start seeing that as soon as we get to about the 8th, temperatures will jump to the 70s, and we'll stay at 70s during the day. And nighttime lows will somewhere hover right around in the 40s. So that's where we're headed for that. So a drastic change from 10, 15 degrees to 70-degree weather all the time. And it's been that way ever since that little cold snap passed us. Don't forget, always March and April, we do get another cold snap. But I was out yesterday in the yard and started seeing flowers starting to bud. Have y'all noticed that? It's out there. Again, currently right now, we're sitting at 68 as we wait for this day to kind of begin. Wanted to mention next time that if you've got a business or maybe you need some artwork done, drop in and see my friend. He'll take care of you. Zane, a graphics guru on B Street. If you need a art design, if you need a graphic done, if you're going to have something done, they do that for you. Decals, if you need something done to a truck, if you own a business and need lettering put on it, they handle that well. 110 B Street, drop in and see Zane. They do pictures, canvases, and they can also, if you've got a trailer that you go out and you do things in the public, whether you go to what do you call those on weekends, the little get-togethers. I guess we're going to start having those again. But they'll do the trailers up if you go to those weekend events. I'll call it that. I'm blank at the moment. What do you call those events? But also, Snow Cone has been one of the many people that have had theirs done. Graphics Guru. Drop in and see them. They'll help you out and make sure that you're seen no matter where you go. All right, let's go to radar now. Let's look at what we've got going on this morning as we pull up radar here. Let's go in and take a look here. Now, this is what is going to be happening here tonight with the flash flood. This is mainly going to be the Delta area, Greenwood. As we zoom in a little bit closer to start seeing the towns, in the northwest corner up here past Columbus, West Point is going to be in this. Grenada all the way back Indianola to the state line there. Now, the yellow, what we're looking at here, is going to be an aerial flood watch. An aerial, just to clarify in between, just meaning it's a larger area that's under a lot of rain chances. And if you'll look at this, you'll see what I'm talking about there. It goes all the way from Arkansas, Mississippi, on up through Nashville, and on up into the Carolinas up here in Virginia. As we look at what's going on here, Evansville, Indiana, if you've got friends in that neck of the woods this morning, getting a lot of rain there. Just to the northwest of Clarksville, out of Nashville there, some rain as we move forward. Though it's a little bit heavier here. Henderson, Kentucky, getting rain. Evansville, Indiana, as you keep going up through here. Cincinnati. I don't know if any of y'all have been to Cincinnati, WKRP. You remember that? When you come off that bridge out of Kentucky and you come down, it's just that low-lying bridge as you go into Cincinnati there. A lot of rain through there. A lot of traffic always. And the further north you go, some light showers up toward Akron and Youngstown, Ohio, Pittsburgh. They're getting rain this morning. Out to the northwest of us there, you start getting into these fog areas. Davenport, Illinois up here, Omaha. They got a little bit of a chance of rain. And still snow here in the Nebraska area and Minneapolis. Look at that, St. Cloud, Minneapolis, getting a lot of snow this morning. And thank heavens, I've had my fill for the year. How about y'all? I certainly have. And down to the coast of Mississippi, as we go back down here, still areas of fog as you start here right around Beaumont. And that's going to follow the coastline all the way across through New Orleans and just keep going on over to Tallahassee, Florida. I had some of that yesterday morning also. As we see some showers on radar, we start picking these up. And again, we had a small shower, as mentioned just a moment ago there on Pine Springs Road. Not showing any at the second, but they're little flash showers. That 20% can happen. As we go out here, we start seeing near Shreveport, more rain starting to move into the area there. Some light stuff coming out of Carthage, Texas, making its way across. And all of that will make our way eventually. And again, the forecast that we're looking for. Let me pull this up so we can talk more in depth about what's going to happen with the forecast today. Today, we've got that slight chance of showers, about a 20% chance before 9 o'clock. That should go away as you get ready to go into church. Now, after 3 o'clock this afternoon, that bumps back into the forecast once again, from 3 o'clock to about dark 30. We're going to have a windy day ahead of us. 25-mile-an-hour gust. That's a lot. And again, the high at 81. Tonight, we increase from a 20% chance of rain to a 70% chance of it coming down. Mainly, we've got that 20% chance from 3 o'clock till dark. And then the big chance of rain comes in the wee hours of the morning. Somewhere around 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, it'll start raining with a low around 61. Gusty all night. So when you get up in the morning to go to work, it's going to be raining. 80% chance through about lunchtime. That's a lot there. So you'll get wet. Make sure you got your umbrellas and everything ready to jump in the car to head off to work tomorrow so you'll be prepared for it. Never wear your good shoes on a rainy day. Just mess up your boots, won't it? I've one or two pair that way. Our high tomorrow, now, how this is going to work tomorrow is the temp's going to rise up to about 66 by 10 o'clock. And then the temperature will fall to about 58 by dark 30. So it'll hit a high and then come down a little bit and gusty because of the rain that's coming in there. We're going to be warm and then it'll come down a little bit. Continued rain tomorrow night down to 45. 70% chance of that wet stuff tomorrow night. Tuesday's no different. We get an 80% chance of showers, high of 52, and still gusty. Tuesday night, we get 60% chance of rain after midnight, and with a low around 42. By Wednesday, we'll back off of this and probably have maybe a 10% chance of rain on Wednesday. Not a ton of rain, but just a slither of it. And then by Friday, it'll come back into the forecast. But from now tonight through Tuesday is our big chance of rains there. So be prepared, be ready for all of that as it comes about. I do hope your Sunday morning kind of turns out well for you. You get a little bit accomplished as you begin today and get things done. Let's see here as we go here. Good morning to Morgan Ray. I wanted to say good morning to you also. Pollen. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. That does start coming in, doesn't it? That's going to really mess with a lot of people. Good Sunday morning to Belinda Atkins. Also a good morning to Teresa Tuberville. Hope you're doing well today up in Adam. Sue Thrash is up. Good morning to you. And as I said, as church time comes, we've got that slight chance of rain this morning through about church time. If you can't make it out to church, find one online. There's plenty here on Facebook that do it. You're more than welcome to post on here when your church service begins. Post that. There's a lot of them out there. Just make sure you watch something if you can't be there in person. Enjoy it there. Again, I want to say thank you to each and every one of you for joining me this morning. I'll be out here throughout the rest of the day with updates of anything that goes on with weather or breaking news that affects our communities and all. That's how we have it. Candace will join me in the morning at 8:30, and then I'll have your regular forecast also. So thanks for joining me, and we'll be on top of the weather for you here as we move into this last day of February. Just doesn't seem right, does it? Wow, this month really did fly. It is the shortest month of the year, but it did seem to fly by. Again, thank you, and we'll be having more with you here at Scotty Ray's Weather. Thank you so much.
Scotty Ray's Weather is brought to you by